be able to like calm down a little bit so that I can tell you what happened at the course of events. I'm not going to be sharing every detail. I'm not going to be sharing every detail. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel Behind the Screen with Carolee. So today I'm going to be covering the YouTube family channel, The House of Hughes. Some of you guys recommended that I look into them. Long story short, this is a family of 4. They have 2 young kids, but the one child is definitely the star of the show, if you want to call it that. That's who most of the videos are about. They go into his medical history. They talk about surgeries, injuries, a lot of different things. The oldest son does have CP and they heavily focus on that and basically act like they're bringing awareness whenever really it's just exploitation. So that's who we're going to talk about today. We're going to be discussing a little bit about the most recent video that they posted regarding the son and the fact that he had an injury, an accident, and the mom goes into way too much details. So there's a lot to cover with this family. So guys, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So just to break down a little bit about the family before we go and look at their channel and videos and different things like that. Like I stated earlier, it is a family of 4. The mom's name is Rachel, dad's name's Hunter, and then they have a 5-year-old named Beckham, and then they have I don't know how old the youngest is, 2 or 3. But like I said earlier, they do focus very heavily on Beckham and everything that he is going through. Beckham is nonverbal from everything that I have seen, at least. He has CP, and I hate to go into all these details, but unfortunately it's just plastered all over their channel and it'd be really hard for me to ignore because this is the reason that I'm making the video, because of the fact that they go way too far with everything regarding their oldest son, and they will stop at nothing. I'm sure it's the mom who's doing most of this, but of course the dad is to be blamed too because he could easily say no. Okay, so here is their YouTube channel. They have 229,000 subscribers, almost 2,000 videos, which is quite a bit. They've only been posting for 3 years. So anyway, I'm going to read you the about section. I did forget to mention that they are from Utah. Okay, so it says, Hunter, Rachel, Beckham, and Blakely are the house of Hughes. Our home is filled with miracles, chaos, faith, laughter, and a lot of love. I, along with my husband Hunter, son Beckham, and daughter Blakely, are so grateful you are here. Regardless of what you are experiencing or the trauma that you are overcoming, you have strength to move mountains. You are needed, you are loved, you have the power to be #brave like Beckham. Join our family by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you for being here. I love you. I don't think she does, but she definitely loves your views. Something I wanted to show you guys that I was incredibly disturbed. This is the first time I've seen a family vlogger do this. I'm sure other ones do. Let me know if anybody else does this. This is crazy to me. I'll get into it in a minute. Okay, so you can join their channel for $9.99 a month. A lot of YouTubers do that. And basically you just get extra perks. You might get like to see the video earlier, maybe discounts if they have merch. I'm not really sure. But for their membership stuff, here's what you get. You're gonna get photos and status updates. It says you will see exclusive photos and short videos of Beckham's progress and our family life. So right there, they're using their son as a way to bring people in and promise them these things regarding their son if they pay that $9.99 a month. But there's definitely more. You get the typical stuff like the early access to new videos. But then right here, it says that you get members only live streams. Again, that's typical on if you're going to pay to join someone's channel, they will do live stream videos for members only. But I've never heard of this. They do 2 live streams per week with Beckham that are exclusive to members. Yeah, their son, their nonverbal 5-year-old son is going to be in the live stream with you. How weird is that? But because every month they will be choosing a member for a FaceTime call with their family, meaning that once a month their kids have to FaceTime with a stranger from the internet who watches them. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. But anyway, I like to go on these YouTubers' pages and go back to their oldest videos just to see how they've changed over the years. And something that I did find whenever I was reading about them is that this actually started out as Rachel's channel. I forget what it was called, maybe like Rachel Hughes Vlogs or something like that. So my theory is that she wanted to become an influencer, likely a Utah mom influencer. And my best guess is that she had no intentions of really going into her son's medical history, records, all of those things. I think that she herself just wanted to become an influencer. You can see her first video is day in the life video, swimsuit haul try on, letting the person in front of us choose what we eat for 24 hours, a get ready with me, Trader Joe's haul. But what you can also see is that the views aren't that great. 2,000 views, 2,000 views, 4,000 views, 2,000 views, until you get to this video. And it is the story of my 27-week miracle baby surviving a fatal car accident. And that has almost 1 million views. And then she piggybacked off of that for the part 2, and that got a lot of views too, compared to her other videos. But then you can see after that, she went right back into her old content of dieting stuff, swimsuit try-on videos, things basically about her. You can see the kids weren't really the focus. Like, looking at this, I really do get the sense that she just wanted to become an influencer. But whenever she realized that her alone wasn't enough to really bring in the type of money that she was probably seeking, probably got to thinking, well, that one video did so well, I could probably do some more videos on this. And so she posted this video, Beckham's Life After the NICU, Cerebral Palsy, Day to Day, that got over 100,000 views. Then you go to the next video and it got 10,000 views, 3,000 views, 12,000 views. But then it goes back to a video about Beckham, almost 100,000 views. So you see where I'm going with that. Then at that point, she starts to really like fully dive into the whole Beckham and his eye surgery, feeding the G tube, how he eats, feeding therapy, him walking in his gait trainer. Again, they're putting cerebral palsy into the titles, and it just was really grabbing in the views. Okay, so if you go to their most popular video, it has 1 million views, and it is honestly heartbreaking to look at because you can see that the son is in a lot of distress. And it says the hard moments of being a disabled toddler. Again, why do we need to see this? It's not even like she's saying the hard moments of being a mom of a disabled toddler. She's apparently, I'm not going to watch it, but apparently going to go into different moments of his day to day that are going to be harder for him than a toddler without a disability. And anyway, you can see though every single video that is in the top popular videos has to do with Beckham. And then they obviously do like to clickbait, because right here on this video and on other videos there's clickbait too, but this one really stood out to me, leukemia, and I thought, does one of the kids have leukemia? I didn't watch the video, but during my research that I was doing, it turns out that her friend had leukemia. But you can see in the thumbnail, it almost looks like one of the kids would have gotten it or somebody in their direct family. It's horrible if anybody gets that, obviously, but to go make a video about it when it's not even your story to tell, it's not even your own family's story to tell. And from what I was reading, she was making a lot of content surrounding that, and then she just stopped, and nobody really knows why, but the assumption is that the friend probably told her, "Stop monetizing my tragedy?" I'm not sure. That's all alleged, obviously. But today we're going to be talking specifically about a video that she posted 2 days ago. It already has 85,000 views. The video before that had 9.6 thousand views whenever she is answering questions that she was avoiding. But you can see in this one, it says horrifying wheelchair accident, broken bones, what happened, trigger warning. I'm gonna blur out the thumbnail because it is very graphic, and I don't typically blur out thumbnails. I blur out the kids whenever they're in the videos. I just let the thumbnails be because they are so tiny, but if you guys do think that I should blur out thumbnails, let me know. I go back and forth because I figure it's a tiny little picture, but I don't want to be part of the problem that I'm talking about trying to stop, if you guys know what I mean. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that.
48 hours of my entire life. 2 days ago, Beckham got in a really bad accident in his wheelchair. He fell down the first flight of our unfinished basement stairs, and we called 911. He was taken to the ER. He has multiple fractures in his nose. The past 2 days, we've been fortunate enough to have him at home.
So as you can see, she is going to be telling us about her son who had an accident, fell down the stairs in his wheelchair, and she's going to go into all the details of what happened after that. And it's important to note that from the timeline of she's telling this story, like, this just happened. Like, there's no like a couple weeks later and he's healing up. Like, this, I think that day happened and she started filming, or the day before. My question is, how does that even happen? If you have a child who's in a wheelchair 24/7 pretty much, why is the house not completely wheelchair proof. I don't know, wheelchair slash kid proof. Like, shouldn't there be specific locks on the door so the kids can't just leave it open or somebody forgets? I don't know. That's horrible that that happened.
Going over the details of what happened the day of the accident when I'm a little bit more put together. The swelling on his face is really, really.
Wow. I watched this video a little bit earlier today and I forgot just how graphic the pictures are. Again, I'm gonna blur this. I do blur things in videos. It's beyond graphic. I mean, there's blood on his chest. He's all swollen up. I saw a picture of him because I didn't know who this family was. I saw a picture of him before the accident. He looks almost unrecognizable, I would say. The fact that she felt that she should share this picture speaks volumes about who she is as a person, but
Bad. And it's been really difficult to watch him and see the swelling. And
so anyway, I'm gonna fast forward a bit and just kind of show you just how much that she is willing to show about her son's accident. Again, this all just happened. And so here's a video of him at the hospital. And he has like a breathing mask on. He has the neck brace, the nose, the blood, everything there. And then at the bottom it says these videos were taken for our parents while at the hospital. So why did you put them in the video if they're specifically for your parents? Why did you feel the need to share them with everybody online? I don't know, but I thought that was kind of funny. But so here is another part of the video that really stood out to me as just being wildly, wildly unnecessary to be in the video. It just seems like something that only you should see as the mom or the dad or whoever the caretaker is. Essentially, she's laying Beckham down on a blanket. She starts to take his pajamas off and she's going to change his diaper. And in the meantime, she is showing you his chest, showing you, like, oh, this part was bad from the accident. And she starts like cleaning him off. And it was just incredibly uncomfortable to watch. I just don't know what audience she was trying to cater to with this part of the video. And it went on for a while. Again, like I said, I shut off a point of this video because it got to be too much. And I'm not going to go and watch the whole entire thing. I'm just sort of showing you guys in case if you didn't know just how far this mom takes it. And there's Hunter, in case if you guys wanted to see an absolute, well, I try to keep this channel nice. So there is the husband. Anyway, so going through comments on this video, I know that she must delete them, and I've read that she has, but there was a top comment that was calling her out for putting this poor kid's just accident, tragedy, all these things online, and it's not there anymore. But this one is, it says, why on earth is this poor child's accident being monetized by his parents? I cannot believe this. Give this boy his privacy. Also, just a piece of advice, that high chair that he outgrew a few years ago is another accident waiting to happen. The chair is going to flip over while he is rocking in it, and the accident is going to be terrible as well. They make chairs that are safe for children like him. I didn't see the chair. Obviously, I mean, people are going to say, stop shaming them. But clearly, they have some things that they need to go through their house and just make safer for their child, especially now that he's older. It should have always been put in place, but they need to, especially after this accident. But besides that, all the comments are very positive, supportive. Okay, and as I'm scrolling down, I am seeing some other comments calling them out that haven't been deleted. This person says, monetizing tragedy in kids in general, just stop. Get a steady job slash income. Grifting is not the way. Saying all that, I hope your child recovers quickly and smoothly. Yes, obviously, we want a smooth recovery, but monetizing it, said this content should be illegal. Poor child has no voice in being exploited. Otherwise, most of the comments do seem to be pretty nice and supportive. Like I said, I did read that she does delete a lot of comments all the time. Okay, so obviously I wanted to go on to their TikTok as well. They have an even bigger following on there than YouTube. They have 308,000 followers. Their most viewed, or at least their pinned video, is a day in the life as a unique family of four, and it has 3.9 million views. And then you can see, if going through it, it's all Beckham. For, I would say, 9 out of 10 videos are going to be about Beckham, and he's going to be the thumbnail of all of them. And over here, there was one I thought was just, why would you even, 24 hours before the accident. So basically, she really is capitalizing on that horrible accident that her son endured, by making, like, here's what happened leading up to it. It's really just beyond disturbing. Okay, so the reason that I wanted to cover the House of Hughes was to open up the discussion of what is considered exploitation and what's considered awareness, and where does that line kind of cross over. And so I'm curious what you guys think is okay and what's not. So for me, my thing is, I do think that there's ways, even for the House of Hughes, to connect with other families who have children with CP, if that's really their mission. And I don't necessarily think that that is their mission, but I do know there's a lot of families out there who that really is their sole mission, is to connect with other families who are going through what they're going through so that they can teach them how they got through it, tips, tricks, all the different things to make it easier. And I completely understand that. I think that can actually be a really positive side of social media. But my big thing is, whenever, let's just use the House of Hughes, for example, since that's who we're talking about today. Let's just say that that is their main reason for doing videos. Again, I don't think it is, but let's just say it is, that they want to connect with other families in the world who have children with CP, to try and just connect with them, make them feel less alone. My thing is, why does Beckham have to be the poster child for that? Any of these kids whose family members are creating pages and accounts, YouTube channels, look at Fathering Autism. Why does Abby have to be the poster child for autism? Could name a lot of other examples, but I feel like there's just better ways that these families could go about spreading the awareness without actually putting out their child's private information online. Like, is it spreading awareness whenever we're seeing Beckham's bloody nose and seeing him getting his diaper changed? As well as all the other videos, I'll pop up some thumbnails of things that I think are crossing the line. Or is it helpful? My take is it's not helpful. I think it's exploitative, and I think that those videos get a lot more clicks, not because it's all these parents going there trying to get as much help and resources as possible. I think it's just a lot of people's morbid curiosity, especially whenever they see a thumbnail with a kid, swollen face. Whenever people say, oh, it's for awareness, I always think, why can't these families who are trying to spread awareness make videos from their point of view? For instance, Rachel could make videos saying, here is how I go about my days as a mom who has a child with a disability. She could even put CP in there if that's going to narrow it down more, help people find, because the disability obviously is so widespread. It could be, there's so many out there. So if she said, mom of child with CP, she doesn't need to go into what child it is, what the child's name is, what the full diagnosis is, photos of him, health stuff, surgeries. She doesn't need to do any of that. She could just say, here's things I wish I would have known before I found out the diagnosis. Here's resources that have helped me afterwards. Because the thing is, whenever people are, using that excuse, it's for awareness. Unfortunately, it's putting the child's privacy in danger. And in this case, with the House of Hughes, it's making people form these weird parasocial relationships, and Rachel and Hunter are completely okay with that. In fact, they lean into it because they offer the members only package where they're saying, hey, we might FaceTime you if you pay us $10 a month, and yeah, Beckham will be there, and we're gonna have these live streams and you can ask questions and Beckham will be here. So a channel that I think does a really, really good job of documenting and showing so many different disabilities that I had no idea even existed, some of them, is Special Books by Special Kids. Now, I feel like a lot of the people on this channel who are being interviewed are either teenagers or adults. Sometimes it is little kids, but for the most part, it is teenagers who I do feel like, in many of the cases, are able to give full consent and understanding of what they're doing. Not to mention, the guy interviewing them has such a good heart, I feel like, that he's not looking to exploit them at all. You really do learn about the disability, but you're not getting so much into their personal health diagnoses and all of that. And if you have no idea who I'm talking about, make sure to go check out that channel because it's definitely going to bring a smile to your face. And I feel like it's one of the few out there that's actually doing good in this space of the internet. But what do you guys think? Do you think that House of Hughes is crossing the line? Do you think that they actually are helping people? Again, I talked about this a little bit in the beginning, but my theory is Rachel really had no intentions of going down this path of YouTube. I think she wanted to become an influencer. I think that she still hopes that she can become her own individual influencer. I know that she has a fitness page on Instagram where I think she tries to get people to pay her to train. I'm not sure. I'll show you right here. Again, I think it only has like 500 followers, so it's not really working out for her. I'm sure how she would have liked it to. But let me know, what do you guys think crosses the line of being exploitative or educational? Bringing awareness or just being way too far. But at this point, I feel like channels like House of Hughes or Fathering Autism, no longer are they bringing awareness or for educational purposes only. Not whenever the star of the videos, who people are forming these parasocial relationships with, are what is bringing in the viewers. And please, because I know some of you guys are going to comment, you know, stop being mean, they're bringing good, they're bringing awareness. Please tell me your argument below. I'm so curious, and I will not fight back and forth with you, but I'm so curious how you feel like posting thumbnails like these, talking about Beckham's medical history, all of the distress he's going through, and the literal blood and swollen bruises and all those things, how that is actually helping anybody and how it's not exploiting his privacy that he deserves. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a comment about what you guys think about all of this, and I will see you guys again next time.